this morning. Dave Letele, BBM Motivation founder, Deb Pead, Pead PR founder. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Should we start there, actually, in Wellington?
Gosh, I could feel your frustration. I couldn't hear it all, but I could feel your frustration.
Because the thing is, Tamitha's actually right. In that meeting, we were talking about a specific meeting that there's been a blog post done about. It's not like you say, I'm going to vote for, parking and not parks or whatever. But you've only got so much money to work with as a council. So it is about prioritising, and you'll know this from business, what you put your money into. Absolutely.
It's about good governance, and it's about prioritisation. And, councils commission reports on their infrastructures, and they're not office decor. They need to act on those reports. And if they saw the reports about the state of the intergenerational water infrastructure, which is crumbling, and didn't act on it, that's not an engineering problem, that's a governance problem. And in the face of that, if they didn't allow enough funds, then that's a prioritisation problem. So they've got a lot of questions to answer. Water done well, water needs to be done well. We need to have safe and a reliable supply of water, and our wastewater needs to be removed without having punamis down the street. And if water is not done well, people will lose in elections, and so election times will come round, and that's what will happen.
People will get judged.
Isn't it ironic that they're spending money on to try and save the environment, and it's caused this? And I just think, I've got into work closely with councils and with through floods and all these different things. And Ryan, the councils and government in general, it's so filled with a thing I call bureaucracy. That it actually stops anyone trying to do anything, get anything done. We're doing food passes with the council through COVID, right? So you give a food pass to a family, you might be a box of food and maybe a bag refrigerated. That's what you'd think, right? The council managed to turn giving food parcels into a massive, long-winded process with 6 different boxes. They could all fit in one, and a bag of refrigerated good. They're just really good at creating bureaucracy. And it's, Ron, I hate to say it, but you know what it is?
It's
a disgrace.
A disgrace and unacceptable.
But the closer you get to it, it's just so frustrating because it's just common sense.
Exactly.
But common sense is the least sense used down there in Wellington and really any council around the country.
Yeah. Right, Ministry of Social Development is planning, and I think this is really sad that we have to have them, but you'll remember Ashburton, the MSD office, and what happened there years ago. But the fact that they need to have security guards at any office, I mean, it's like...
Have you been to an office?
Yes.
Have these people making these decisions actually been on the front line and seen what their people have to face?
It's pretty rude. I mean, that's putting it nicely.
Yeah. They are grim places. They're filled with people who come in who are vulnerable. A lot of them are unhoused. A lot of them have addiction problems. They have mental health problems. They are not nice places to be in. And, basic instinct tells you here that this is not a nice decision. Security guards and protection is vital in those environments, and especially that people need to feel safe in their workplace. And there's a high-risk areas, we cannot allow the people to feel vulnerable.
Yeah, there's some places you don't cut, eh?
It's like... Why can't this government or any government look further down the line instead of just putting profits over people, understanding this is actually going to cause more issues down the line? Okay. It's like when they give 26 cents an individual for a food parcel. That's what they allocate throughout the whole of New Zealand, and do they not think that's going to create more need down the line? It's very short. It's really reckless thinking.
What's the 26 cents? Cut. Is that what you get per person?
Per person. That's what's allocated for it's out of the Auckland City Mission. There's 500,000 people that are in need of food parcel, food banks, and it equates to 26 cents is what the funding that's delivered a day per individual.
Yeah. Okay.
$12 a week, and that's going to just create more and more need down the line. It's so short when.
Yeah, do you know what you could try and eat fish, and in Gore they have a big fish. Here's the segue. Clutching its
like that one, right?
So this is the big trout. Have we got a photo of it so we can show everybody? You'll know it if you've been to Gore, can't miss the thing. But they're doing a renaming exercise, or a naming exercise, and trying to figure out a name for, there it is. Got any ideas?
I love this story. Well, like Splash Gordon comes to mind, or, the Right Honourable. Look, these things are delightful, aren't they? They really are sort of brand assets for these small towns, and there's the obligatory photograph in front of them, and they certainly weren't conjured up by expensive marketing experts.
No.
They're very unique, and they're very part of the culture and the DNA of small towns.
They were probably very cheap too.
Yeah.
Yes,
back in the day.
absolutely, yeah.
Well, in Auckland, we could go drive past some of those $1 million stairways as our
Well, Auckland, I mean, we've got like the Sky Tower and the Harbour Bridge, but if we were going to do something, we should probably do New Zealand's biggest Pahutakawa tree and give New Zealand a permanent Christmas
I think
present.
it's fun. It's fun,
Yeah.
and we need more fun in this
Yeah.
gloom world, right? We're trying to be less stressed, but geez, it's hard. It's just hard with this
I know,
government.
that's why I brought the fish up. I was like,
I know what those lips would call a blowy or something.
there he is. Hootie. Let's call him Hootie. There we go. Let's see, 27 away from 9. That is Deb Pead, PPR founder, and Dave Letele, BBM Motivation founder.